All right, here we are, episode 2, small business. So here we are today at Interlocks at Largs Bay.
Hi everybody.
This is the lovely Tina, my wonderful hairdresser. So how long have I been coming here for, do you reckon?
I reckon it's been about 11 years.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while.
Definitely,
Yes.
I reckon it was pre-Ivy, and she's 8.
Yes,
so.
we saw you pregnant.
Yes, twice.
Twice.
Yep. So it has been a really, really long time. So I guess we'll just start off with how this place became, and maybe a little bit before, and how you got into the industry as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll let you go with that.
So I've been hairdressing and doing beauty for about 35 years. Previous to being here, I owned another salon and did my apprenticeship there, then purchased it and was there for 16 years. I worked for a couple of other people and then went into town managing a day spa and doing lots of hours, and sort of my husband was driving me to buy a business again, and he actually found this here. So 13 years ago we purchased it and changed it quite significantly and started off with just me, and then got an apprentice, and which is Lauren, who's been with me for that whole time, and now we've got a beautiful little team, and yeah, quite a unique and steady team. So yeah, we sort of brought the hair and beauty industry into one, which I love.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of that, so what do you do here? Of course I know, but for everybody else?
Yes, so we do all full beauty services in the way of facials, massages, waxing, spray tans. Right at the present moment we aren't due to COVID, but that will be changing soon. Yeah, manicures and pedicures, and a full hairdressing services.
Beautiful. Excellent. All right, so I guess, like I said, I've been coming here for about 11 years now, and the reason why obviously I wanted to interview yourself is because I wanted to interview people that I've obviously been customers of and know and have relationships pretty well. And as a thank you as well, because I know that you have supported me quite a lot throughout my competitions and sponsoring me.
It's always been a pleasure.
Yeah, my hair and my makeup, and their competitions can be quite costly. So thank you so much for supporting me throughout those times, and it has been really fun.
It has been.
Yeah. So
seeing you,
unfortunately, I won't be not anytime soon. I won't be doing it anytime soon, but never say never. So yeah, I just want to thank you for that. But I guess from my point of view, and I guess it's a bit of feedback for you, the reason why I guess I stuck it out for so long here is because of the service, and I now just get to the point where I trust what you guys do, not just yourself but all you girls, and I can just pretty much give you a little bit of an idea, and I know that you like to ask me more questions, and I'm usually just like, just do whatever. I trust you. I've never walked out of here with a bad haircut, or a bad colour, so I completely trust you guys, your whole team, so girls should I say.
Oh, thank
so
you.
yeah, and I think that's the important thing with I guess hairdressing and other businesses, having that trust in the product and the service that you're going to get. And I think also, listening to you talk about all the training that you do and all the girls.
It's really important.
Yeah, and you invest a lot of time and money, I assume, in training your girls all the time and having that, I guess, cutting edge, I guess you would call, in the industry. And obviously all of the products that you use, I'll probably let you talk a little bit more about your products, because I don't know, I just know they're good.
Look, it is really true. I don't think I would have been doing or been in this industry for the 35 years that I have been if I hadn't done and extended myself and trained. I've really been lucky to work with some amazing people and do some training and be associated with some beautiful companies that have really pushed us to do extra training. My staff also have always stretched out, and it really is important, because you can get into a stagnant space, and if you don't extend yourself and keep training, you just won't keep up, because this industry is changing continually.
Yeah.
And to sort of be happy in your job and also make your clients happy, understand what they want, you just need to continually keep training. But that's a part of our exciting industry, that we can do that all the time.
Yeah, and I think that's probably another reason why I love coming here, because I know you look after your girls, and I think that's important to know that an employer is looking after their staff, and having that good cohesive culture, is really important becomes a part of the vibe. You know, everybody's happy and everyone, you guys, I mean, especially with Lauren and Paula, you guys are pretty much family. Like I know that you babysit the girl, you know, the kids sometimes.
Yes,
so you
having
guys
good staff is great.
Yeah.
But also, we're with some associations like Australian Hairdressing Council. We're associated with De Lorenzo, with Everessence, and those companies really support us. They really, Australian Hairdressing Council, we can do steps and we are actually a gold salon with them, so that also makes me, I have to qualify for certain things to actually get that gold starring. So it's meaning looking after your staff, paying them properly, doing everything, putting occupational health and safety down, so safety for your clients and your staff. There's a lot of things we have to do, which is great because it means that the salon's running properly and doing everything legal as well. Yeah, so
I guess that's similar with, I guess, with me being personal trainer, with being with Fitness Australia, you know, we have to accrue so many points.
Yes.
You know, so we're going to do so many courses that equal points, and I think it's about 20 or something like that in 24 months that we have to keep going. And there's certainly, you know, I notice in the PT industry, because the entry level is quite low. It's a 3-month PT course, and unless you do stretch yourself and continually do courses, you really do get, you know, you fall behind, and it's a really, I guess, cutthroat industry anyway, which is why it has a fairly high dropout rate. It is hard, so it's important for me to keep my skill levels up as well. And like hairdressing, it's always changing. There's always new things, and it seems like I'm always looking at, you know, adding to my list of things that I want to do and courses that I want to do to extend myself. But it keeps things obviously fresh, as well as I guess would imagine with you guys as well, learning new stuff all the time.
Yes, and running a salon, I really think the basis of it is actually having a really good standard in the way of hygiene, but also training, and then the girls will grow from that. And it also really means that as a client, you can come in and know that everything is tip top. And you know, you're going to be looked after and not sort of people doing the wrong thing to you. For you.
So what would be one of the craziest trends in your, is it 35 years that you've been doing it?
Look, we've seen many things. I had probably about 6 or 7 years ago when undercuts and patterns and that sort of started coming back in. A lot of the younger girls were going, oh, these are amazing, and we're doing all these different styles. And I was laughing because that was actually my apprentice years. We did all the same haircuts, but we just permed everything. So, you know, all of these really fantastic cuts were coming back again, and, you know, different pictures underneath and lots of things like that. But of course, 25 years ago, we just permed it all. So it's the same haircuts. There's been lots of crazy things that we've seen. But as things change, you accept them and just keep going. And like what we were doing 2 years ago is totally different to what we're doing now.
Which is, I guess, again, why it's so important to keep your skills up, because obviously colour is really in at the moment. And it's pastels, which I just wouldn't be able to get away with because my hair is so dark. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of pastels at the moment. It's very popular.
It's just sort of changing, and you've got to keep up with it. And unfortunately, a lot of things now are Photoshop. So as a hairdresser, it is really hard to explain to clients. They bring photos in, and sometimes you've just got to say, sorry, we can't do it because it has been photoshopped. But on the other side, it's part of our job to actually keep learning so we can really try and get those results that you want.
There are some pretty amazing unicorn rainbow kind of colours. And like, again, maybe they are photoshopped, I'm not sure, but you sort of look at those pictures and go, wow, that looks like a lot of work. It looks beautiful, but then I would imagine the maintenance on something like that would be quite high as well.
And years ago, you know, people used to come in for, a perm was a 2-hour process. Where now we're getting clients in for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. So work is really different now than what we were doing years ago.
Well, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I used to work at my auntie's hairdresser.
Yes, I remember sweeping the floor.
And washing hair. I think, oh God, I was in high school, so I was probably about 16 or 17, and I reckon I used to get paid $20 for a couple of hours on a Saturday morning.
I think a lot of people sort of, you know, think that they will be a hairdresser, and some people see the reality of the job, that it's not all glamorous, and decide not to. But it's really good to get an understanding of what happens in a salon. It's pretty exciting stuff sometimes.
And there was, my auntie sort of specialised in the elderly ladies, so there was a lot of the curlers and stuff like that. And
we still have them and we still do them.
Yeah.
I love those clients.
The purple rinse and I did enjoy you know, the little grandmas, they're sweet. So I did enjoy. It was a long time ago now, you know, 20 years ago now, but yeah, it was, it was fun.
When I started my apprenticeship, I used to do the perms and the sets, and the women used to actually smoke, and as you were doing their hair, they'd be smoking. That's how long ago I started my apprenticeship. So yeah, it's pretty different now.
Yeah, well, I guess when I used to work in pubs, there was still smoking in gaming rooms, and they were getting rid of it just as I was leaving the industry. That's probably about, you know, probably 20 years ago now. So yeah, it's sort of funny that, you know, now you just wouldn't dream of smoking inside.
No,
but, you know,
not at all.
It was definitely a thing, and I remember even travelling to and from, you know, Bali and the airports. People were smoking in the airports.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very different.
But all those set clients and everything years ago, when I first started hairdressing, we learnt a lot about how the hair formed, how it fell, different shapes and things like that, and all of those techniques that I was taught many years ago we still use. We still bring them in. It's just not you're doing them with a roller, you're doing them with a blow dry, you're doing them with a tong. It's amazing how those skills that you learned 35 years ago come into play now.
Still relevant.
Yeah, still relevant.
Yeah, just more tools these days. Yes. And obviously the colours, I would imagine, be better these days to work with.
Yeah, I mean, 35 years ago we weren't really colouring much at all, so it's been a pretty big journey for me. Over the years, probably 25 years ago, I didn't actually know how to foil.
Wow.
It was just one of those things that I sort of have developed and learnt as we've gone.
Yeah,
it's been pretty exciting.
And then of course spray tan, you know, stuff, that kind of stuff, you know, is definitely exploded in the beauty industry.
The beauty side's actually been really interesting, because when I first started learning that, when I was an apprentice, and I sort of went back to school and did that over a 6-year period, just part-time, and back then it was really luxurious, how people feel, really spoiling people, where over the last few years we've become really, what would be the word, we want results driven straight away. So that luxury, that pampering has actually sort of gone out the door a little bit, and people just want to go in, get what they want, have it done, leave, get the results. But I'm seeing a real turnaround now. We've got some beautiful products with O Cosmetics and Ginger and Me. We've got a beautiful mindfulness facial, which actually has got a meditation section in it. So we're really getting back to, we still are getting results through the products, but we're really going back to that really pampering, and that's what we actually try to do here. It's a bit of a journey when you walk in. It's not just come and get your hair done, it's try and relax and pamper that client as well. It's really big.
And why not? You know, I think I'm, as you know, pretty sort of hustle and grind person, always on the go.
You never stop until you get here, and then we can tie you down.
Tie me to the chair.
It's about the only time you probably do stop.
Yes, and that's why I sort of allow myself to, you know, spoil myself and come here, and other things, you know. I get acupuncture, and my acupuncturist, you know, lets me lay there after for like half an hour, and it's like I can't move, you know, so it's forced relaxation. So
and we all need that. We all need that.
I think you know, especially I think where we're definitely working out now, I think you're right. I think it's having a bit of turnaround now, where, you know, so used to the hustle and grind, go, you know, mums now doing a bit more than what they ever used to, you know, trying to juggle career and work and kids, and I think, I mean, personally for me, I had a bit of a burnout last year, so I think a lot of us are starting to realise, and now with COVID as well, with again the forced slowdown.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are starting to ask, hang on a minute, you know, this is a little bit nice to slow down, and maybe it's worth looking into changing our lives permanently and not being so hustle and grind.
It's given us time to actually reflect on life. And well, that's how I'm feeling. It's given me time to reflect on life, reflect on my business, reflect on where I want to be in 5 years, sort of change my business plan up a little bit, and just revisit pretty well everything about my life.
Me too, actually. Same, you know, revisiting business. It's just been really good. You know, normally I have a gap sort of between about 7 a.m. and maybe 9, because everyone that wants to train before work is in, and then the mums generally can't come in till 9, so I usually have a bit of a dead spot at that time. And when I was at the gym, it was like, oh, it's not worth going anywhere, doing anything. I'll just sit here and I'll either train or do something. Whereas because I've been training outdoors at the moment, I'm just going to go for a walk, you know, on the Esplanade, to the beach, you know. I usually come here and it's like, wow, I never had time to do this before. And so now it's like, well, how can I make this, you know, even when the gym opens, I go back to the gym, how can I make this, you know, permanent? Like, how can I restructure my day, my clients, to allow myself to be able to do that as well? Because it's important, because like I said, I've experienced the burnout and it's not pretty, you know, so I think it's definitely given everybody a bit of time to think about.
It certainly has.
A new normal.
Yes,
a new normal.
Yes,
yeah.
There's never going to be the old normal.
No,
It's just going to be all new, which is exciting. And it is a little bit, I sometimes feel a bit guilty over the last couple of weeks, because I have been able to revisit and be positive about this, feeling sort of a bit guilty about, with COVID going on, everything all over the world. In Adelaide, we've been so lucky
so
here.
lucky, yeah.
And feeling positive, you know, is really hard. And I think I've found a lot of people are the same as me. They want to, like, they've been having a good journey with this. They've been revisiting, focusing, but it is a bit scary thinking, you know, we probably are the lucky ones.
Yeah.
And all over the world has been really.
Isn't it interesting how we feel guilty about feeling good? Isn't that
We
quite
do.
interesting?
Yep,
you know, that's it's like nobody wants to have that be the tall poppy. You know,
no, and
like,
it's not just me. A lot of people have been feeling the same way. So
yeah, I've been quite open about it. Like with my clients, you know, there's really literally been nothing negative. Really about the experience that I've had. Yes, initially there was a bit of constantly having to pivot my business, because every other day the Prime Minister would come out with some sort of announcement, but once it's settled, like at the moment, like I can't, you know, there's just been benefits. You know, being outdoors has been really nice. Being able to go and go for walks and runs along the beach. I've really reconnected with my grandpa, so I'm going over there and making sure that he's okay, and I was a little bit guilty of not visiting him often enough. Life just got busy. I'd say I would, and another week would go by, and then part of me is like, you know, he's not going to be around for much longer. You know, like, you need to pull your finger out and go and see him. And this has forced me to do that. And just sitting there and having chats with him, and actually starting to, funnily enough, after all this time, starting to connect with him, really truly connect with him. Because when my nan was alive, she was the buffer, you know, so
actually
like,
having time, just one-on-one, and not having to rush off and do things.
Yeah, and I think he being from that generation, you know, dads from that generation just really didn't connect with their kids or their grandkids. They were there to put, you know, food on the table and roof over your head, and they just didn't connect in that way. And nan was always there as a buffer, and she's been gone for a while now. But yeah, it's been really cool to actually start to connect with him and get to really know him, which is really weird since he's been my grandpa for my whole life. But you know, now you kind of get to know your family as a human being rather than just your grandpa or just your mum or just your dad.
Well, you're always rushing off over the last few months. There's always something you've got to do.
Yeah.
Where now you don't have to be anywhere. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So you've just got to really enjoy the people around you and actually appreciate what's going on in your little circle, and it's really been wonderful. Yeah,
it's been really, really good. So you can't say that, you know, don't mean to brag, but it's been good. It has really been good. So getting back to business, how has COVID affected things for you business-wise?
With COVID, we've been here for 13 years. I've sort of put in procedures and policies, and things have always been done certain ways. So with COVID, I really felt like everything that I've known in the last 20 years of business and been taught had been put into a hat, shaken and thrown up into the air. And it was just like, you've got to fake it or make it, or work it out. So I really had to sit down with my business and go, where do I want to be? Really get back to how I feel, how important. I want to protect my staff, protect me, make sure the business comes out of this at the end. So I really had to sit down and focus on what I want in the next 5 years, tweak my business plans, but also become really flexible. We haven't been able to we usually have sort of between 3 and 4 staff in one time. So we've gone down to only having 1 staff member, totally changed working hours. Yeah. we don't abide by any working time. We just work when we can.
Yeah.
We've cut sort of hours a little bit to keep our staff safe and also our clientele. So yeah, it's pretty well day to day, week to week.
Yeah.
I'm just jigging it so we get through this, and I know we will. And it's actually I'm really feeling like I'm getting stronger out of it.
Yeah.
And refocusing where before we were just sort of running along, just doing the same thing. And it's actually exciting, like, you know, well, I've done a few videos on our Facebook and I've never done that. I don't like being on camera.
Yes. So
I've exposed myself.
Your comfort zone.
And I'm excited. Like, I know I've got a lot of learning to do still with it, but gee, I tell you what, it's a good learning curve for me.
Yeah.
And my clients are loving it. My clients are loving the new us.
Yeah.
They're supporting us. One of the biggest things is the support we actually had from our clients. Like, had phone calls of just, hi, how are you going? Do you want to go for a walk? Just from clients,
yeah,
you know, just to make sure we're safe. And it's been really beautiful. So just, yeah, it really has changed like that. Business-wise, we've been really lucky. We use De Lorenzo, Everessence, O Cosmetics, Ginger and Me. We work with Australian-made and owned products, which so we haven't been affected where a lot of colours come out from Italy and UK. So yeah, so our companies are all Australian, most of them that we use, but they have been wonderful. They've supported us. They've brought out some beautiful products and offers. So even when we weren't trading, I did decide to close for 4 weeks, and even when we weren't trading, I was able to do retail. So they really supported us there. They've also done online training, so we've been able to watch a lot of different training, and a lot of people that are educators have actually put out free training for us hairdressers and beauty therapists as it is. So we've been able to do that while we've been off, and again, learn and extend our knowledge, which has been really exciting. And
that's the, I think, cool thing about this whole situation. I mean, not everybody's done it. Like, I think in times like this, you find people either contract or they expand. And certainly people within my circle, you know, fitness industry, I'm a part of a couple of programs, and we usually do have Zoom sort of, you know, meetings anyway, but they increase that. You know, we're all stuck inside, what else can you do? But like you said, online learning, like, why not? Yeah,
and it's actually brought a whole new, I suppose, idea to me that you don't just have to go into a class to do things like this. Online learning and teaching is amazing. And the great thing is you can go back. Where when you're in a classroom, you can't. So it's been really good with Zoom and the different ways they've been teaching us. You can go back.
Watch it again. Oh, like, I would have loved to have bought Zoom shares just before. Just before this started, because everyone seems to be using Zoom. So yeah, no, that's good. Excellent. Well, we are going to do my hair on Saturday.
Yes, having a bit of a change again and freshen it all up. Even though you always look after your hair, so it's wonderful. Yes,
I'm lucky. I do have pretty good hair. I'm a little bit nervous about the fact that Ivy wants to cut her hair. I've got such an attachment to my long hair, and her hair is quite long, as you know, and she's been bugging me of late too. She wants to get it cut short so that she doesn't have to put it up for school, and I'm like, oh my god,
your baby's growing into a teenager.
And I'm projecting my attachment to my hair onto her. I'm just like, no.
Oh dear.
So I'm trying to kind of like ignore her every time she says it.
It's actually a very interesting thing over the years, trying to keep parents and children happy. It's been a very, very challenging issue, because you have the parent doing one thing and the child wanting something else, and you have to become a negotiator to make sure that both, that's another part of our job, is negotiation.
And I would assume as well, a little bit like myself with it being a personal trainer, a bit of a counsellor as well.
Yes, definitely. If these walls could talk, they would know a lot of secrets, but we do have a rule here that anything that's said in these walls never walks out, which is one of the first things as an apprentice or a new staff learns.
Which is absolutely, privacy.
But sometimes, particularly in this time, I have noticed that some clients working from home are actually a bit lonely, and so they have been coming in, and we might be, other than their husband, or they might be living at home, they've actually just needed that little bit of extra TLC, just that bit of talking, that extra 2 or 3 minutes. And the wonderful thing about this time is we have being able to spend a little bit more time with our clients
Yeah.
and just making the appointments a little bit longer.
Yes.
So we can just give those people that bit more TLC, and it is really important.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's how you create relationships, and same with my business being a PT. It's for me, you know, I guess I've sat down and consulted people, and if there's not that connection, you know, I generally won't try to bring them on board. It's just, you know, I think it's important to have a really good connection. Otherwise it gets a little bit awkward sometimes. Yes. And that's nothing personal. It's just it is what it is, you know. Or I'll try to sort of maybe refer them on to someone else that I might think would be better suited to them. But yeah, I guess you would kind of find that as well.
Yeah, although we do have clients that come in and they don't want to speak.
Yeah,
you know, I've encountered many people that they come in here and this is their solace time. They just want to. You do the hair. They're not rude to you. They just want that time, and I'm very happy with that as well.
Yeah,
because you've got to. This is their time to be who they want to be.
Yes,
and how they want us to respond.
Yeah,
just so they can walk out feeling amazing.
Yeah, and you kind of get a feel for that as well, whether someone wants to talk or not. And the same with PT. It's like, okay, want to have a quiet time today, that's cool, no worries. Yeah, so you do have and I find certainly it's the hardest part of the job is that part of the interaction, because sometimes you're not having a good day and you kind of got to put on your happy face, and it does take a lot of energy. I think people don't understand, people that have never worked in customer service don't understand how much energy that actually requires.
It does, but I have sort of a rule that when you walk through the door, you put on your happy face and problems are left at the door, because you're here to really make that person feel wonderful, and it also reflects on other people in your team. And you want to have a good day. 90% by the time, if you're feeling a bit terrible when you walk in, by the end of the day with everyone around you and the support of the team as well, you walk out feeling amazing. Yeah,
that's why it's important to have a good team.
It is, very much.
So Saturday we're gonna do my hair. So I reckon we might try and do a bit of a time lapse.
I think you're with Paula on Saturday, so she'll be looking after you.
Yes. So we haven't told you yet, but you're going to be on camera.
She'll be cool with that.
She'll be cool with that. So yeah, so we might try a bit of time lapse. I'm like you in this time learning. So this is only my second interview that I've done, and did spend a bit of time learning how to edit and stuff like that, and it was a little bit frustrating, but by the end of it you're like, it's actually not that hard, and it came out pretty good, I thought.
Well, I'm not working Saturday because we're only doing one client, one staff member at a time, so I'm working Sunday, so I'm going to have to watch this time lapse when I watch this.
Yes, perfect, excellent. All right, well thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Indah, and always a pleasure to have you in here, and we love you as a client.
Thank you.
It's always been wonderful.
Excellent. All right. See you next time.
See you later.
Okay, here we are. It's Saturday. Yay! Time to get my hair done. So I did the interview with Tina, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Monday, I think. So now I'm here for my appointment, and Paula is going to be doing my hair. She's amazing. So I'm going to do a bit of a time lapse, and I guess it's sort of like, time lapse of before and after, and we'll add it to the end of the interview, which will be really cool. So see you later.